Hello, this is Diane Antinatalist, and this is a continuation of my bedtime talk series. And I just have a cluster of things to talk about tonight. And first of all, I was reading a post on Facebook about women who were addicted to methadone or opioids and were pregnant. And people like to blame the women, for becoming pregnant and being pregnant. And it is the responsibility of a man to not impregnate compromised women. When I see pictures and images of women in Africa, Ethiopia, and, parts of Africa that are impoverished, and the women are pregnant and they are bearing children and they are just absolutely skin and bones and impoverished and emaciated. It haunts me because those women probably did not have much of a choice in whether to have sex or when to have sex, and they most likely didn't even have an opportunity to abort. So they had children who probably will die or, are sickly and impoverished just like themselves. But no woman in her right mind would allow herself to become pregnant if she is incapable of carrying the child safely for herself or for the child's self. And also, the woman would not want to see her young perish because of lack of nutrition. So that just goes to show that women had no choice in becoming pregnant or, whether or not to carry that pregnancy to term. So therefore, it is the responsibility of every male who, wants to have sex with a woman to use every precaution possible to not impregnate a woman who is compromised, who is sick, who is malnourished, who is poor, who is addicted, and certainly one who is not able to take care of their young, because it is the male orgasm that impregnates. So he carries the most culpability. So anyway, yeah, I'll get that off my chest. That's something that I've wanted to speak on in the past, and I just never had a chance to bring it up. And I feel really strongly that men should man up, and if they cannot protect a woman from, becoming pregnant with their sperm, fertile sperm, then they should not be around a woman. They should never consider having sex with a woman. It is unfair to the woman. It is unfair to the potential child. It is extremely selfish to impregnate a woman who does not have the potential to care for young, because women cannot guarantee that they will not become pregnant, and there is no birth control that is 100% fail-proof, and it is almost impossible for women in impoverished and developing countries to get sterilized and to get abortions. The other thing I want to talk about is some brilliant minds that there's a couple of women who are on my Facebook group, Babies Are Not Miracles, and they never cease to amaze me with their brilliance and their insight. And so these were posted today, these comments, and we were talking about the delusions that natalism carries, the delusions that natalists seem to embody. And, I was talking about a person who just always seems to be positive and, uplifting and uplifted or whatever. But he appears to be delusional to me. And, he's got an avoidant personality. He's in denial. And that's what natalism is all about, denial. So, Kathy, who is an awesome friend and an awesome group member and supporter, she says that natalists mindlessly accept suffering. And then she later quoted, "I hate people as much as I love animals." And I thought that was really, really brilliant. And then Janelle, who is this really amazing friend, and I've known her probably from the beginning of Facebook, maybe 8 or 9 years ago. Here's what she wrote. The vast majority of automatons operate this way. It's all about delusion. Closing your eyes to reality and accusing anyone who questions it as being negative. For example, it never fails to amaze me when a sickly, suffering cancer patient with no hair, on chemotherapy or radiation, sits and describes their experience as a cancer journey. Something as miserable, terrifying, and painful as that is made to sound like a character-building exercise. Yes, indeed. I really hate people who dismiss suffering or who play it down or who have a religious perspective like, this is what God wants. This is God's plan. No, this is definitely not God's plan. God has no plan. There is no God who planned suffering. So, yeah, I've had relatives that suffered with cancer, and it was very sad to watch them decline and watch them worry and lose their hair and lose body mass and suffer and die prematurely. So there's a lot of diseases that are just very ugly, and that is one of them. Lou Gehrig's disease is one. Muscular dystrophy, muscular sclerosis, Parkinson's. Yeah, there's a number of, hideous diseases out there. So, I could ramble on, but I'm probably going to go to bed now. So, thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you already haven't.